What's up, everybody? I want to start this video off. I'm going to try to keep it short. I want to start this video off by saying thank you to all my new followers, my new subscribers. Thank you for the ones that keep coming back. Your loyalty, it means a lot. Hopefully I can start getting more people to come and watch my videos. I know a lot of people don't like politics and political videos, but the stuff that I'm putting out there, it's really just general knowledge. So I'm just trying to get it out there so people can see it. A lot of people just turn a blind eye to it and it's like, okay, and that's both Democrat and Republican. But anyway, this video today that I'm going to do right now is about Donald Trump. All right. Now, I've seen stupid things come across. I've seen a question say, why is Donald Trump so orange? Well, I'm going to answer that for you, for those who want to know. Donald Trump is orange because they make him orange. They put this filter on to make him look that way. Donald Trump is not orange. He does not use that false stuff that makes him look orange, because that's the cheap stuff. And if you know anything about that stuff, you would know that when you use cheap skin toner like that tanning stuff, it'll turn your skin orange. Donald Trump is a millionaire. He doesn't need to use cheap stuff. He is light-skinned. He is not orange. So let's put that to rest, okay? That's just a dig from the Democrats. And that's what they're doing. The biased media is making him look orange. Now, as far as Donald Trump goes as a person, and I'm saying Donald Trump, I'm not calling him President Trump right now, because this is all about, him, okay, personally. You got to understand Trump, okay? First of all, he is a rich man, very rich, who mastered the art of, I don't care about your feelings. I don't give a fuck about you. And I love my country. And this has been going on forever with him. And he's a New Yorker, so that's the attitude, okay? So you combine all of that into one, and you got sometimes a very arrogant delivery, okay? But Trump is really a super nice guy. I've seen him, not personally, but things that I've read about him over the years, do a lot of nice things for people. Bought houses for people, bought cars for people, put them on planes and sent them places where they couldn't get, when they weren't able to get there. I mean, it's endless of stuff that he's done for the people of America. He loves his country. And it's funny because if you go back and you look, all right, Al Sharpton, he loved Trump. Trump helped the New York black youths by giving them money through Al Sharpton's donation. Oprah Winfrey once quoted that she wanted to be like Donald Trump. Donald Trump and her always talked. They were best friends. They all liked him. All of these people, Schumer, Pelosi, Clinton. Clinton went to the wedding, to their daughter's wedding, and gave a big envelope. He's a very generous man. All the hate came when he decided to run for president. Because, and I'm going to tell you right now why, because they all knew if he won, that their days of playing games with our money and our taxes and all that other stuff and making money off of us like they are were over. And he was going to put an end to it. That's why they hate him so much. And that's all it is. So, I voted for Trump. I voted for him, both times. And I support him. I defend him. Now, but I am going to tell you this much. there is times that Donald Trump has said some stuff as the president that shouldn't have been said, okay? And there's no doubt about it. Even my other friends who like Trump say the same thing. He's a super nice guy, but he tells it like it is. So, you know, if he says something, he's saying it because he's a guy. You know what I mean? He's not a politician. And that's what people don't understand. If Trump was a polished politician who's been in the government for decades, yes, I can understand that whole thing, you know. But he's not. So he says stuff that's not presidential. There's, if you can look it up. There's a short clip somewhere where his daughter tells him that he needs to be more presidential, okay? And he just shakes it, nods his head. That's it. He doesn't say nothing. Just nods his head. But when it comes down to business, the man is sharp. Now you're gonna say, wait, he went bankrupt. Yeah, so a lot of companies go bankrupt. Sometimes certain companies don't make it. It's a niche. But also in business, if you got 10 companies that are doing fantastic and you got 2 companies that go bad, that's a win for you, whether you want to believe it or not, because it's a loss. So you write the loss off to the gain. Common sense, right? But people don't know that, so they make these harsh judgments and they say stuff that they shouldn't say. But anyway, so getting down to it. You know, there is a video out, and I'm sure I could find it, but this is just a video, a chat video. But there is a video out where President Trump is talking to one of the leaders of the Taliban, I think it is, or ISIS. And he's telling them that we're going to pull out of Afghanistan. And it's going to take time, and it's going to do this. And he says, but if you hurt one hair on any American, I'm going to come here and I'm going to kill you and your family. Well, the interpreter didn't want to interpret it. He says, go ahead, interpret it. And he's telling me, well, the guy got smug or whatever it was. So Trump reaches into his pocket and hands the guy a photo of his home and his family. And he gets up and he walks out. That's gangster, okay? That's the president that we want. That's the president that just told this Islamic killing machine who hates America, mess with me, mess with us, and I'm coming for you, and I'm not taking your nonsense, and I'm taking you out. Not Joe Biden, you know, oh, stop, we'll give you another $9 million. Not an Obama. I'm drawing a line in the sand. Wait a minute, let me draw another line in the sand. Oh, wait a minute, let me draw another line in the sand. I'm coming for you, and I'm taking you out, period. That's why Reagan was so successful, because Reagan didn't take no shit, and they were afraid of him, and that's it. When Trump walks in the room, he demands presence, and it's just not. I mean, it could be his attitude, his swagger, you know what I mean. But that's what he does. He just walks into a room, and it's like, boom, I'm here. Everybody else, look this way, because here I am. And that's United States of America. When we walk into a room where all the other countries, it's boom, here we are. America's here. I'm here. Now we pay attention. Now we listen. We were the number 1 country in the world forever. If we turn around and stood on our heads and spun, every country followed suit. Now they laugh at us. We're still having problems. We got more problems coming. I did these videos on the Islamic takeover. Trump is working on that, whether you want to believe it or not. This deportation thing that he's doing is fantastic, because it's not just targeting the MS-13s and the mops and the bad guys like that. It's getting rid of terrorists as well. Because if you're on that list, it's the shit list, and you're done, and you're out, and that's the bottom line. So don't be so harsh, and make these judgment calls if you're a Democrat and you're watching this, because it's stupid. Those politicians are playing you like a fiddle, because just look at what they're doing. Come on. These leftists are so far left that they're borderline communist. Borderline. All of this stuff, that they're doing, this is Marxist, communist, socialist. It's all part of that New World Order. And if you guys should remember that, you're my age, because they started that a few years ago, and that was the big push. They wanted everybody to go to the New World Order. The dollar bill for the whole entire world was going to be the same. Why? That's why we have different countries, different currencies, different values, the market value. So if the market value in Indonesia is 22 cents and our market value is $1, our dollar is going to be equal to 22 cents, or their 22-cent dollar is going to raise their economy, because it's going to raise them, 68% on their dollar value, because it's going to be equal. If you're going one bill universal throughout, that's how it's going to be. Universal healthcare, same thing. So if you get shitty healthcare in Indonesia, you're going to get shitty healthcare in America, which is going to lower the quality of everything, the quality of healthcare, the quality of the hospital visits, everything. That's why if you look around, you're seeing a lot of doctors move out, and they're going into this concierge because of what they're trying to do. Now, Trump is trying to stop all of that, but people are fighting them, and I just don't get it. His first term around, I'm going to just say this is going to be the last thing I'm going to say about Trump right now. His first term around, he signed an executive order that makes insulin $35 for the shot. It never got signed into as a bill or anything, because they make it the House and the Senate, because the Democrats stopped it. Then Biden came along and tried and redid it and branded it for him, so he would get credit. Well, guess what? It still didn't go through, because the Democrats kicked it back again on their own people. So what does that tell you? So now he just did this other thing, because you can buy medicine from outside sources online, whether it's legit or not. You're taking a chance, you can die from it, whatever. But people are doing it. They're buying the medicines that they need online from whatever country they can get it from. They don't know where it's coming from, China, wherever. Because we're charging an arm and a leg. We can't afford our own medication. I take medication for my diabetes. If I had to buy 1 month subscription, which is 4 injections for the month, you're looking at approximately between $400 and $600 a month for the injections. Thank God I have decent insurance, so it doesn't cost me that. But think about it. So that's how much Big Pharma is charging. And it's not a lot. I mean, it's minute in the thing. So imagine the profit margin that these guys are making from this. All right. So when Trump says he's trying to help, he really is. The problem is he can't get the help because they're fighting him. And some of us are making it worse by doing this. Do your research. I'm going to tell you this all the time. I tell everybody, every time I go online and I say something, do your research. Don't go by what you hear online, because especially now with all this AI crap, they're making a lot of people look really, really bad, and it's not true. I tell people, if I see something and I bring it to their attention to look at, I'm like, I don't know about it, but check it out. Do your research for yourself. when I do these videos about stuff, I always make sure I tell you guys, do your homework. Don't take what I say as gospel. Go do your homework. Look it up. Okay? So even now, you don't believe me when I'm talking about Trump's a good guy? Go look it up. That's cool. That's it for now. Peace. Hit that like button. Subscribe. I really need you guys aboard. Thank you.